I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why you end up carrying more work, more emotional labour and more responsibility even when you lead a capable team? Most leaders don't talk about this, but I see it constantly when working with multi-generational teams. And I'll be honest, I've lived it myself. Before I understood generational dynamics, I thought stepping in meant being supportive. I didn't realise I was unintentionally becoming the catch-all leader, the one who absorbs the gaps, fills the silence, soothes over conflict and keeps everybody moving. But here's the truth that nobody tells you. When consistently filling in the gaps, you train your team not to. Today, I would like to talk to you about the hidden burnout cycle that this will create, how it forms, why it's so common, and most importantly, how to break it without causing friction or losing momentum. The hidden burnout cycle starts with good intentions. I see this with leaders all the time. They step in because I don't want to overwhelm them. It'll be quicker if I do it. I don't want to cause conflict. They seem stressed. I'll just take this little bit. And especially in multi-generational teams, leaders often misinterpret what they're saying. I have a question for you. Remember the moment when you realised you were doing more than you should? Or when was the last time you asked for support instead of offering it first? Different generations communicate workload very differently. A Gen Z team member might look overwhelmed but say nothing. A millennial may appear confident but secretly be drowning. A Gen X member may not speak up at all because they don't want to appear incapable. And a boomer might feel they've done their time and they step back without expressing it. Who fills in this gap? You, the leader, every single time. This is how burnout cycles begin quietly. The truth no one tells you is that silence from your team creates over-responsibility with you. Your team isn't relying on you because they're incapable, they're relying on you because the dynamics allow it. Silence equals uncertainty, insecurity, fear of conflict, unclear expectations, generational conditioning, or simply not wanting to bother you. But what do leaders do when silence appears? They step in. And every time you step in, the dynamic deepens. I've seen this so many times. The more you work more, they speak less, the gap widens, your energy drops, their initiative drops. This is the invisible burnout loop and you're not imagining it. Why you carry more? Generational patterns you've never been taught. Let's break down a truth most leadership training ignores. Different generations engage with leadership differently. Gen Z waits for psychological safety before contributing. Millennials wait for clarity before acting. Gen X waits for trust before talking initiative. Boomers wait for direction unless it's their established domain. If you don't understand these differences, you accidentally take on what they're hesitating to step into. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you delegated something and it came straight back to you? Or when was the last time you caught yourself thinking, I'll just do it myself? These thoughts are not personal failures, they're unmet generational needs. Breaking the cycle starts with this one mindset shift. Stop carrying everything, start clarifying everything. Not by being stricter, not by being softer, but by being clearer. Here are 2 steps that will help immediately. Firstly, a 3-minute structure that resets responsibility across generations without tension. Use this language. Here's what I own. That's your part of the project. Here's what you own. List it clearly, no vagueness. Here's how we'll connect during the process. Not micromanaging, not disappearing, just structured touch points. This works because different generations need different styles of guidance. This tool meets all of them. Ask yourself, when was the last time you said out loud what you expect instead of assuming it's obvious? Secondly, when a team member says, I'm not sure what to do, can you check this? Can you take a look at the whole thing? I don't want to get this wrong. Instead of taking the work back, respond by saying, tell me your first step. I'll support you from there. Or what part do you feel confident about already? This keeps responsibility with them, not you. It builds confidence and protects your energy. Let me ask you this. Do you remember the moment when someone brought something back to you twice? What did you do? Take it on or return it with support? This will change everything. When you break the burnout cycle, something powerful happens. Your team becomes more accountable, more confident, more proactive, more communicative, more self-led. And you become less drained, more strategic, more present, more respected, and more balanced. You stop being the emotional shock absorber of the team and start being the leader they can rely on, not lean on. This is where leadership meets life at work. Before you go, I want you to ask yourself this question. Remember the moment you realized you were carrying too much. When was the last time you protected your own limits? What small shift will you make this week to return responsibility back to your team? Burnout isn't a personal flaw. It's a signal that the dynamic needs to change. And you can change it with clarity, intention, and boundaries that support everyone.